Hi, it's Stuart Fraser, PGA professional at Snainton Golf, and today we have a brand new review for you. It's the Ping i230 iron. Now these replace the previous i210, very, very popular iron on tour and with low handicap club golfers alike. A lot of wins on tour with the old products. It'll be really interesting to see how these 230s stack up against the old i210s. The i210s are also one of my favourite golf clubs in terms of feel off the club face. I thought they used to feel and perform fantastically well, so I'm really looking forward to trying these. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack on and hit some shots with these. So having now tested these thoroughly, I've hit a few shots with each of these irons. So I've got 4, 6, 8 iron and a pitching wedge. And I can say these do feel great. They look very different from the old i210, but from the back anyway, but not necessarily from the top. The main difference in the i230 compared to the 210 is in the longer irons, where I feel as though it's a bit bigger, the top line, and a little bit more rounded. Apparently also they've rounded the leading edge off a little bit to make it interact with the turf differently. My eyes lit up a little bit when I saw the i230 was coming out, because I love the 210 and it sounded fantastic off the club face, and a lot of the new irons, the i59, the 525, they all do sound quite hard off the club face. They make quite a hollow noise, where this does sound solid like the old i210 used to do. So again, that ticks a box for me. It feels soft even though it's an investment cast head, unlike the 525 which is forged. So again, it does feel great. It also performs fantastic. For me, it's a higher launch golf club than what the 525 and the 59 is. So I suppose that separates it from the other models in the lineup. So the i230's got all the usual box of tricks that the other Ping irons have now, the MicroMax grooves and the Hydro Pearl finish. That's now on the full range of irons that Ping produce. But this is just something slightly different. I say, even though it's not a forged golf club, it feels fantastic, it sounds fantastic. I do feel as though they're really, really easy to hit as well, and I like them. Dare I even say these could be my favourite iron in the Ping lineup at the moment. Certainly hit these great, and they perform fantastic. Probably a little bit higher launch than I might like, but this isn't exactly the shaft I would go for either. I'd go for something a bit stiffer and a bit heavier. So I think I could get that launch down by having a correctly custom fit set of irons for myself. Overall though, Ping have produced something really cool here. I think it looks good, the back's nice and simple, not too much branding on it. It performs very competitively with everything else on the market, and I think there was a gap for this in the Ping lineup, definitely. Looking at the data from the shots I've hit with the various different clubs here, let's mainly take the 6 iron data into account here, and it is very consistent. The balls have all pretty much flown the same distance. I had a couple of miss hits, but the drop-offs weren't that large. It is a little bit higher ball flight than maybe what I would want, but again, that's going to help the majority of people. I do hit the ball very high anyway. But also, the main thing is that when I've miss hit this golf bit, I haven't really gone offline that much. I've had a couple slightly out of the toe, like is standard for me, but they haven't really turned over right to left too much. And the dispersion is absolutely fantastic with these, not only side to side, but front to back as well. So really, really impressive performance from the i230. One more question that the i230 has to answer for me is, for the lower handicap golfer, is this a workable iron? Can you move this, hit lower, higher, right to left, left to right ball flights like you would want to do? So there is only really one test for that. It's the well-renowned creative bag test. So let's delve back into that bag. And let's pick a few shots out of here. And we're going to start with low fade. Brilliant. It's been a while since we've had the creative bag out, and I think the low fade was probably the reason why I knocked it on the head. Be very, very lucky to hit a good one here. It's definitely fading. Not sure it's necessarily low, but it's always been a really difficult one for me. Let's try again. Come on, give me a high draw. Perfect. So now this is dead easy. Hopefully should be able to shape this one pretty consistently. These irons are designed to hit it high, as already mentioned. That's pretty much ideal. It's coming back a little bit, even though we've got a little bit of wind off the left. Let's try one more. We only have the stinger left in there. So let's try and get this ball moving a bit lower with this 4 iron I've got here. Mission complete. So after the creative bag test, we'll come to the conclusion that these are a very workable iron. I can pretty much hit any shot I can conventionally hit with my own irons, so yeah, really good. I am actually quite impressed by the minimal offset on these i230s as well, so it's probably one of the reasons why you can work this. It feels fantastic, for me it looks fantastic, and it performs unbelievably well. So yeah, get a fitting booked in as soon as you can for these i230s. They're well worth trying. Thanks for watching the great video, and I'll see you again soon.